As I reviewed all the reflections from our past biblical perspectives, it was difficult to choose one to reflect on more deeply. But the one that spoke to me is the passage from John chapter 9, verse 1 through 3. As he passed by, he saw a man blind from birth, and his disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he would be born blind?" And Jesus answered, "It was neither that this man sinned nor his parents, but it was so that the works of God might be displayed in him." The Bible addresses God's creation, and nothing is addressed more explicit than his creation of man. The Bible also addresses those of our humanity that have been given certain physical or mental disabilities. We are reminded that these disabilities are not a result of sinfulness or of a rejection by God, but rather those with these disabilities were created by God in the same way as those of us who lack these disabilities. Then the Lord said to him, "Who made this man's mouth? Who makes him mute or deaf or seeing or blind? Is it not I, the Lord?" Exodus 4:11. Many people do not have the heart to work with such people and tend to make the majority of us turn and walk away. But Jesus warns us to not turn and walk away. "You shall not curse the deaf or put a stumbling block before the blind, but you shall fear your God. I am the Lord." Leviticus 19:14. Rather, Jesus implores us to seek these people, for it is a calling from God. And we know that those of us who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. We know that those of us who are working with these very special people are truly doing God's work, and it is in him that we should seek strength and encouragement. I believe that the Bible not only addresses the suffering of those with the disabilities, but also the suffering of those of us who work with him. The worry the teachers have that we aren't doing enough for students, the concern we have that we aren't helping everyone like we should. The teacher suffers as does the student, but it is a suffering that the teachers gladly bear, knowing that those whose lives we touch are enriched in some way because all that we do in the name of God. More than that, we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope, and hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. Romans 5:3-5. Working with students with special needs is not only part of our occupation as teachers, but it is indeed our calling by God. It is a duty put on our hearts by God because he has strengthened us to execute his plan. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. When we are tired and discouraged as teachers, lean on God. When we are frustrated with the administration of our school with respect to servicing those with disabilities, lean on God. When we are in tears for the lack of resources our governments provide to help the least among us, lean on God and take heart that you are doing his work.